Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chasing Psychological Safety video series. This week we're talking in homage to World Mental Health Day, which has been hugely important and is getting, rightly so, a lot of visibility on social media. We really wanted to talk about something we talk about a bit, which is that there is a bit of confusion sometimes between mental health and psychological safety. And we normally do quite a bit of work just to demystify the two. So to say, if you do the work on psychological safety and you get a really healthy team dynamic, the likelihood is that that team will have what we call a healthy mindset as well. But that isn't the same as mental health. And we wouldn't ever want to take away from or detract or even say that we were rightfully in the mix in that conversation. However, it is supremely important, and sometimes it does affect the people that are super important in the psychological safety space and in the psychological safety conversation. So those people are our superheroes, the advocates that we work with to advance psychological safety in teams and organizations all around the world. And today we just want to talk a bit about how they feel and what their mindset and mental health is like and how it can be impacted.
Yes, we see, unfortunately, a lot of people that have their minds and their hearts in the right place, but have trouble coming to terms with the cognitive dissonance that they face almost every day in their corporate environments, where kind of the organization says one thing but does another, and all of us in one room agree on one thing, but then it ends up dissipating into nothingness. And for most of the people we work with, because as Fionn says, we sometimes feel like we are an advocate enablement tool. For most of them, it's hard, it's difficult. No one has it easily laid out, and no one's path is clear. No one's been given carte blanche or all the money or all the support in the world. So all of the people that we work with have a hard time. I think that's composed of the kind of the general hard time that we're all facing these days. We talked about it in our Flux videos. So there's a degree of anxiety, there's a degree of depression, there's a degree of confusion that we are all faced with. And added on top of that, we feel like our superheroes have even more to contend with, because again, this continuous cognitive dissonance weighs very heavily. The fights they need to take are never over, and that's really demoralizing. It feels like you're arriving somewhere, and then it feels like you're saying the same things, you're explaining the same things, you're raising the same awareness in the next meeting, or it feels like you have some implied support and approval from the top, and then the next day it's almost like that conversation never happened. All of these are really difficult things to overcome. Many of our superheroes have huge mobility. We see them change workplaces quite often, and who can blame them? But what we wanted to say is, both to themselves and to the organization, is perhaps they're a good example to help us redefine engagement. Because if you stop to think about it, and we talk about this a lot, the difference between what we believe to be engagement and what we seem to be using as a common definition these days in HR is stark. We think engagement is the emotional bond between either members of a team or members of an organization, whereas it seems that the definition that's being used over here is more towards the net promoter score and whatever a survey is able to unveil in terms of loyalty, which is very different things. But we think that these people, the advocates, are a good example of the definition, because they are engaged and with their heart in it, and willing to take this fight despite how difficult it is. So with them in particular, it's worth taking a step back, recognizing how amazing of a fight they're taking every day, recognizing that it does take a toll on their mental health, and just giving them more support and more serious of a hand, because they're worth it, and we're all worth it that they continue their fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And, some of the tips and advice that we would give to leaders and organizations thinking about, how can we look after these people that can really help us move the needle in our organization? We could probably boil that down into 3 key points here. And one of them is this point about lip service and how damaging it is to pay lip service to a topic as important as psychological safety, and therefore the impact on those advocates, those superheroes that we're talking about. So the trick there is to stop paying lip service, but to also start understanding what it truly means to give permission to people in the organization to push this work forward, and to the teams to take on this work and be allowed to work, allowed the time to work on their team dynamic and their psychological safety themselves. So the next step then, once you're getting into that, is to audit your human debt. You've heard us talk about human debt before. It's the same as tech debt, but essentially is all of those things that you did, all these human endeavors, human initiatives that you started and didn't finish. So audit that. Be brave. Take a look at what you did start and what you didn't finish, and what people took on board and then didn't get the benefit from. You've got that then, you've taken the brave step, then you can take the practical step of splitting that down into manageable chunks, and you can start paying it back to the organization by truly giving the teams the space and the time and the tools to better their own dynamic, and giving those superheroes the empowerment to go forward and make the change that's going to make a difference to the teams in the organization. And then finally, putting psychological safety at the heart of it all, so that those superheroes, as a starting point, have got a chance to verbalize their frustrations, talk about their quest for change, and genuinely make it happen, but giving those people a voice first and foremost, a real voice, a seat at the table. That allows you to look out for the mental health of those superheroes, your best, most truly engaged employees, the ones that you really want to engage and to keep, because they can make a true difference to your business. So those are the three things really boiled down that you can do to start moving the needle and looking after the mindset and the mental health of the people that matter in your organization. We always say this, but it couldn't be more true. Come to us if you want to have a solution that measures and improves psychological safety. If you don't want software, you can't come to us. Just start doing the manual work, or go to somebody that can help you. That's all we're looking for, is that the organizations out there are doing the right thing with regards to psychological safety. And finally, if you like what you've heard today, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment as well. We'd love to get into a conversation with you about what we've been talking about today. So thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.